It's Lee from colouringqueen.net, and today I have just got a colour and chat for you. So I hope you're all doing really well today. I'm going to colour from my newest colouring book. It is called Sweet Kawaii by Sakuems, or Emily Gerige, the French illustrator. She has a number of colouring books. I've reviewed them before, and I reviewed this one yesterday. I've got the PDF version, but it's also available in a physical version where you can choose your own paper, whether watercolour or marker paper. I like the PDF because then I can just print it on whatever I want, and I had it spiral bound. My review for this colouring book is at the link up on the right hand side of the screen if you want to check it out, and there is actually a discount code. So yeah, today I'm going to colour this gorgeous little girl in, and I'm going to use my Prismacolor pencils because, you know, they're my favourites, and I'm trying them out on this new paper that I bought from Officeworks, and I just want to see how it goes. I used to love the Canson My Tenth paper for colouring pencils, especially for Prismacolor, but I'm having a lot of trouble getting it at the moment for a reasonable price. So when I've seen this one at Officeworks, it's called Daler Rowney A4 size, and it's less than $10 for a pad. I thought I'll give this a try, you know, because it feels similar to the Canson My Tenths, and it's a lot cheaper in Australia, so I thought I'd give it a try and see if I like it with my Prismacolors, and so far I do. I think it's really good value if you like buying your own paper when you colour in. So I thought I'd make this girl sort of Christmas colours, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I hope you guys are all prepared for the holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or whatever you might celebrate at the end of the year. For us, it's Christmas, and we've finally dragged the cardboard box out of the garage that contains the Christmas tree and actually put it up. But the thing is, David's got frozen shoulder at the moment, so he actually couldn't get all the tree together. So actually, it was a team effort. I had to come in and help him put it up because he can't lift his arms up enough. And our tree has these like little crystal bead type things all over it that look like snow. The thing with those is that they keep falling off everywhere. So it is just like constant vacuuming the thing because these little beads are on the floor, and obviously I don't want Millie or Buddy or Billy, you know, to eat them, because then that would be a trip to the vet that I could really do without. We're still paying off the last time that Buddy had to go to emergency vets. But anyway, it's really good to see the tree up, and we've got some pink and mainly aqua and purple balls, and yeah, silver star on top. And so far there's no presents under the tree, but I suspect that there will be some soon. I don't know about you guys, but if you buy yourself a Christmas present, but I bought myself a Christmas present. I bought Clara Makova's new book for myself. That was my guilty pleasure, and the first book that I've purchased this year, and I can't wait for it to turn up. When it was first released, I didn't have quite enough saved up to pay for it outright, so I had to wait a bit until I'd actually saved up, you know, to cover the shipping costs to Australia, etc. So finally got that and ordered it, I think about a week or 10 days ago, so I'm hoping it will turn up soon. I really hope it will turn up in time for Christmas. So, and that will be my guilty pleasure, buying myself a very expensive colouring book, but one that I love collecting and I love to have around. So yeah, my guilty pleasure for the year. What I should have done was like put aside $10 a month or something, and then, you know, it would have been a lot easier, rather than just, you know, when it comes to Christmas, you know, parting with that large sum of money straight at once. So I should have done that, but I didn't. Next year, if she brings out one next year, I'm hoping that she will, then I'll just start the year with that in mind. I actually posted like a 52-week saving plan thing a few years ago on my page because people asked how I save up or how I get my colouring books. And the truth is that most of my colouring books, 99% of them, I buy myself. And so I set aside a budget for it. And because I'm unemployed at the moment, that budget is very low. So I just basically put money aside for it. So I should have put money aside for Clara's book. That was my bad. But on that 52-week saving plan, you basically, each week you put aside, I think it starts at $1 and then the next week you do $2 and then the next week $3. And so by the end of it, you've got, well over $1,000 that you can spend on Christmas. So I'm going to do that next year. I've written it down and I'm definitely going to do that. So we had a lovely weekend. We actually had Billy, the little dog that I mind. Billy stayed over on Saturday night for a slumber party. Her mummy was going out for a work Christmas party. And so Billy stayed over, and her mummy is actually a vet nurse. She actually is the vet nurse at Buddy's Vet, which was really handy because Billy stayed over on Sunday night and she snuggled up on my pillow and slept with me. And I've tried not to get attached to her, but it is really hard when you mind this dog 4 days a week and then she stays over for a slumber party. I mean, I really tried not to get attached, but I think I failed, When I brought her back to her mummy, I accidentally put my foot in the mouth and said, all right, mummy will see you tomorrow, meaning me. And then I went, oh, no, day mummy. But it actually works out really convenient because she's a vet nurse and she's a vet nurse at Buddy's hospital. And on Monday, I had a doctor's appointment and so she has the day off. So Buddy unfortunately had a seizure during the night, and with his seizures, within 24 hours, if he has another one, I have to give him this special medicine. And so basically I can't leave in case he has another one. And I had this doctor's appointment, so I was able to go over and ask her to mind him for an hour while I went to the doctor. And when I came back, he was as happy as a pig in mud. He hadn't had a seizure, thank goodness, but she knows exactly what to do if he does, so that's really convenient. And he was happy as a pig in mud. She'd given him these chew toys to play with, and he was sitting there enjoying himself like there was no tomorrow. So he was really, really happy with being babysat for an hour. And so that worked out really well. And when I had Billy on the weekend, I'd sort of felt a little lump on her face, so I was able to show her where that was. And fortunately, she was able to check it and realise that it wasn't anything nasty. So that was good because, it's sort of hard explaining where things are unless you're in person with people. So that worked out really well. And it was lovely having our little furry visitor. Billy's only tiny, but she chases Millie around, and Millie seems to actually really enjoy it. I think she likes having someone her own size that she can, put a little paws up to and pretend that she's going to fight. But anyway, so yeah, we had Billy's slumber party, and of course we have been extremely busy getting ready for Christmas with David's mum and dad, brother, coming up. But I don't know whether I should, actually buy things just yet, because the last 2 years they've said that they're going to come, and each time they've cancelled like a day or two beforehand, and I've bought all these extra things. And last year they were bringing a friend, and I'd bought extra, sheets and doonas and whatnot for him, and then of course they cancel, so I don't know whether to do that or not. And since then, David's mum's diet has really changed so much, and I really have no idea what to cook. I'm getting very stressed about it because we eat a lot of spicy things. I love chili, and David loves chili, and you can't have any of that with his mum, and you can't have garlic, and you can't have onions, and she's only recently started eating chicken, and yeah, she eats like a sparrow anyway, but she can't have salt in things, and it's very difficult to work out. And his younger brother seems to eat a lot of McDonald's and takeaway, so I really don't know what to cook or what to make. But they're not actually coming for Christmas Day, they're coming 2 days afterwards, so it's New Year's, I guess, that I have to worry about. So hopefully it'll work out and I'll think of something between now and then. But between now and then I've got a lot of cleaning to do, and I actually have to take apart my whole office because David's brother is going to use this room as his bedroom when they come up. So obviously after my new releases post, which I'll do probably about the 27th of December, I won't be able to do any videos until like after the first week of January, because David's brother will be in my office and I'll have to put it all back together again once they leave. So anyway, hopefully that will work out. Now, just in case you're wondering, I'm just going to do like one layer of pencils on this gorgeous little chibi girl. Isn't she cute as a little button? And then I'll do the other layers off camera. And the reason for that is, first of all, it's quicker, and basically all I do is use the same colours over again, or a third time if I need to. And the reason I don't go really hard in the first place is, first of all, Prismacolors work better when you do them in layers. In my experience, you might have a different experience, but second of all, if I make an error, it's really easier to erase it if there's only just like a thin layer and I can sort of see where I'm going. And then if I feel like it's not in the right direction, then I can just quickly erase it and it's not as hard to remove. With this paper that I'm using, it's actually really good at erasing. It's not going through the page or anything like that, so that is pretty good. And the final reason that I'm doing it this way, and that I'll probably have to do a lot off camera, is the reason that I went to the doctor's the other day and why I didn't want to cancel that appointment. So for the last probably about 2 months, I've had a lump on my bottom eyelid, and is it eyelid? I don't know. Not the eyelid, the bottom bit of your eye. I don't know. There's a technical word for that, I guess. And anyway, it's not a sty or anything that you would expect. It's like this, I don't know, like a skin tag on the bottom of your eye. Anyway, the thing is getting bigger, and it's actually gotten so big that I'm now having trouble sort of seeing things, and I'm constantly blinking, and it feels like I've got a rock in my eye, and or something in there, and it's just really driving me up the wall. So I finally took the plunge and I made a doctor's appointment, and unfortunately I couldn't get in to see my doctor, so I gave someone else a shot in the same facility where my doctor is. And honest to God, that was the biggest waste of time ever. I was in there for like 2 minutes and he said, I don't know what it is. In the meantime, I've arranged for a babysitter to mind Buddy, or a dog sitter, and my neighbour, and wasted all this time waiting around for the appointment, going in, and plus now you have to pay at my doctor's surgery, and then you get a refund from Medicare, so it costs about $20 really. So I know it's not much, but I was only there for 2 minutes, and I've never had a doctor say to me, I have no idea what it is. So anyway, he prescribed this ointment for me. And he basically told me if I still have it next week to go and make an appointment with my doctor. And the only reason I didn't make the appointment with my doctor was because she was booked out for the week, and I wanted to get it sorted and get this lump thing from my eye because it's really impeding my vision at the moment. I'm having a lot of difficulty reading things. So if you've sent me a message or an email, I'm trying to just answer them in one block at the moment, and if I don't get through them, I try again, sort of in the next day or whatever. But I've got quite a lot of emails and messages, and I'm having trouble seeing them. I've had to get David to check my videos and stuff for me because I can't, everything looks blurry out of the eye, and I can't really see if it's blurry because I've got a problem with lighting or if it's actually blurry because I can't see it. So anyway, they prescribed this ointment, and I got more value out of the chemist who instructed me on how to use the ointment on my eye than I actually did from the 2 minutes with the doctor, which is a bit of a worry. But anyway, so I've been using this ointment now for the last 5 days, and you're only meant to use it for a week. And when you put the ointment in, which has to go every 3 hours, for 2 hours, my eye is even worse. I can't see a thing. It's just all blur. And then I've got like a 40-minute gap where I can colour in and I can see for a bit, and I can answer a few messages and emails and stuff like that. And by that time, it's time to put the ointment on again. But so far, the ointment is not working at all. It doesn't seem to be reducing this growth or whatever it is on my eye, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. But I have to keep putting it on until I use up or go for the 7 days. But unless it makes a quick comeback, I think I'm going to have this, for Christmas. And so I'm just going to try and, get around with colouring for those like little bursts and answering messages for those little bursts I have where I don't have the cream on. And of course I can't, walk Buddy or anything once I put the cream on. So I've been walking him early in the morning, like 5 a.m, and then I come back and I put the cream on, and then I stumble around trying to make a coffee. And I've broken 2 of my glass canisters because I can't sort of judge where things are very well. And so I'll have to go and replace those because it's really doing my head in that it's not all cohesive now in my kitchen. But so yeah, it's all a bit of a nightmare between David's frozen shoulder and my dodgy eye. We're kind of out of warranty here at our house, but I'm hoping this ointment will turn around and things will get better soon, and I'll be able to see, and the lump thing will be gone. But I feel like I just wasted my time and money by seeing that doctor, and I should have just gone to my doctor in the first place. But unfortunately with Buddy's medication schedule, it's really hard to try and work out things sometimes. And I thought I was doing the right thing that day, but it turns out it was just useless, just a useless experience. So I don't know about you guys if you have that problem when you change doctors or whatever, but that was the worst doctor I've had since the time that I broke my wrist. My doctor is usually wonderful, so I guess it's just the luck of the draw. So at this stage, I don't know what we're going to do for Christmas. So again, it's just going to be David and I staring at each other across the table, I guess. So we're going to get Buddy and Millie a new water fountain machine. They've got one at the moment, but they've stopped making the filters for it. So that's just a cunning way of getting you to buy their new gadget. But they really like it, and it gives them fresh water, so we thought we'd buy them that. Millie is impossible to buy for. She doesn't like any cat toys. She only likes like post-it notes that have dropped on the floor, or bits of sticky tape, or the back door that she likes to scratch on. She doesn't like any of her scratching posts or scratching pads. She's got a favourite cardboard box that's like a cubby house type thing, and she has ruined the back door with her scratching on it. And she already ruined 2 couches, but with the new one that we got, I've covered it up so that she can't scratch on it. But I don't know what to get her. And Buddy will probably just get some more tennis ball type things that he likes to play with. So they've got so many toys and whatnot, and they never play with them or never like them. They both seem to like just normal things that are around the house. So I guess it won't be much for them. And for David and I, we've set a budget of $20 each to spend on each other. So I've already bought him one present, and I'm going to go and get him something else tomorrow when I get those canisters that I need to replace. But it's really hard trying to find something for $20 and under, like, you know, that's not like hankies or socks or something. It's just really difficult. But everything that he wants, you know, is like thousands and thousands. So $20 and under is like a good, like, little budget type thing, but really have no idea what to get him. I've got one thing, but still got to get him something else. So we'll see how I go with the shopping tomorrow. Hopefully I have to do that before I put the ointment in my eye, because otherwise I won't see anything, and I'll probably go over budget because I can't see it. And then I think we'll just sit around at home on Christmas Day and maybe have a traditional Christmas dinner. We used to have that on Christmas Eve, but we might have it Christmas Day. And I do want to watch some Christmas movies. I've seen that Polar Express, and I know everyone has probably already seen it, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. I've heard good things about it. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've never seen it. And I'd like to see Elf again. I really like that movie. And It's a Wonderful World. I mean, that's another really good one. So I can just imagine we'll just be sitting around eating like there's no tomorrow and having a load of movies and binge watching them, and probably madly cleaning in preparation for his mum and his brother to come up a couple of days after Christmas. So hopefully that will all work out well. I really am not looking forward, though, to tearing my office apart and having to pack up all my pencils and everything and put them all away, because I got them in a certain order, and you know, I know when I go to put them all back when he leaves, it's just going to be a nightmare. It always is, but that's the problem when you live in a small house, I guess. And this house is so much smaller than our previous house. It's always a struggle. And in between then, of course, we have a massive load of gardening to do. So we've got a ton of passion fruit coming up. So I thought I might make a passion fruit and mango crumble for dessert on Christmas. Or maybe a passion fruit and mango trifle or something like that, because I've got all of these passion fruit. They're just coming from everywhere, and try and use some of those up. In between that, I think we'll be weeding the garden like there's no tomorrow. These weeds are just breeding everywhere. Every morning I go and spend time weeding the garden and weeding our huge nature strip, or verge as some people might call it. And I spend, you know, a good hour pulling up weeds and digging them out, and the next day I come back and there's more. Now I know what you're going to say, put some weed killer on it, and that's what all the neighbours say when they see me at 4 o'clock digging up the nature strip, trying to get weeds out. But the thing is, David is so against like chemicals on the grass, because, you know, Buddy will walk on it and other dogs walk on it, and even though they say they're not toxic to animals, he really doesn't believe it, and I haven't been able to convince him otherwise. So I kind of understand his point of view, but by the same token, I'd really like to just get rid of the weeds, because he doesn't do as much weeding as I do, and I'm really just fed up with constantly pulling out the same weeds and they just spring back up again. But on the good news, I don't think we've bought a tomato for the last 3 months, because all of my tomatoes have come out in full force, and I've got another lot that are verging on coming out, and they'll be ready to harvest in a few weeks. So the garden is looking really good if it wasn't for all the horrific weeds everywhere. And that's actually what I should ask Santa for, is someone to come and weed my garden and make the weeds go away permanently, because I hate them with a passion. The thing I actually wanted for my birthday from David, he didn't buy it for me. I think he thinks I was joking, but I wasn't joking at all. I really wanted it. It was this fancy weed puller that pulls out weeds from the root and really gets rid of them. And I've been looking at it for like a year and a half, just really imagining grabbing this thing and pulling out all the weeds. And whenever I walk Buddy, I imagine pulling out other people's weeds as well. I'm obsessed with them. If I see them on the nature strip, I just want to pull them out. And people that have a lot, I just want to get rid of them. It's become a real weird obsession. I think I should probably move to an apartment so I don't have to think about these weeds. Anyway. So that's what we're doing, but I would love to know what you guys are doing. And if you've got any Christmas movies that you recommend that we have a look at, we'll probably just watch the movies, eat, go for a swim in the pool if it's not raining, which they predict in Queensland. But it's probably just going to be a very easy, cruisy day. And I would like to watch movies. We've got Netflix and we've got Stan. I don't think we've got any other channels. I think we might have Disney Plus as well, but yeah, we've got those ones. So if you know of any good movies, let me know in the comments. I like cutesy things. David likes more actiony type things, but anything that's sort of Christmassy and get you in the spirit for enjoying it. If you know of anything that I haven't mentioned already, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new movies to watch, especially with this eye at the moment, because at least I can sort of see some sort of blur there. So I'm going to finish the rest of this picture off screen. I really think her dress needs some white spots on it, but I really don't have the confidence at the moment to put the white spots on. And luckily at the moment, I've got these new white gel pens. They're the Arteza gel pens. I got them from the UK. I had a gift card and I splurged and bought the 12-pack of white Arteza gel pens. And they've been really good. I bought them because Nicola mentioned a while ago in my colouring group that they were a really good white pen, because I have no luck with white pens. And so far, they've worked out really well. So maybe when I feel confident with my eye, I'll come back and put the white dots on her dress, because I kind of think that she needs that. And for the mandala at the back, I was going to do that in green, so it kind of looked like a Christmassy type picture. And then I thought maybe do it in white with like green at the back. But I just really don't feel confident at the moment, because the mandala is actually quite a lot of lines and I'm having difficulty seeing it at the moment. So I think I'm just going to do it in black pen and I'll see how it looks. And the great thing is, if I mess this up completely when you see it here at the end, it doesn't matter. I've had a lot of fun colouring it. And it's a gorgeous picture that, because I've got in PDF form, I can print out again when my eye is better, and I can have a complete do-over and do her dress differently, do different colours and all the rest of it. So it really doesn't matter at all. But it would have been nice, if I was able to put those dots on, but I'm not worried. I'll do it later if I still feel the dot urge. I'd love to know what you think, if you think her dress should be polka dotted, because at the moment it just looks like a blurry thing of red to me, and I've had to get David to help me with some parts of it to tell me which bits are where. But I mean, I still got one good eye. My left eye is still good, but it just tends to look blurry anyway. And so if I need to put the dots on, I can put the dots on, but because it's PDF, I can just print it out. And so I'm just going to do that black on the background, pop some brown eyes on her, some luscious red lips, and I think that's all. I think I'll put her petticoat just some shades of grey and do that in white with some red fingernails. So I'm using the same colours throughout, and the colour of the leaves and the flowers I will put in the links below this video, because I'll be doing those off camera at this stage. Oh, and the other thing that's been happening, or not happening as the case may be, is that Billy, the little dog that I mind, her mum, who also minded Buddy the other day, got the flu the next day and took the day off work. And she did the COVID test and it turned up negative, but anyway, the next day, of course, it was positive, and so she's been in isolation over the road. So I haven't minded Billy this week, but because I spent time with her on Monday, showing her where the lump was on Billy's face and also getting her to mind Buddy, by Wednesday, I think afternoon, she tested positive for COVID. So I thought, oh my God, all this time and I haven't got. So I did the rats test at home. We've got some here, and I came up negative, but I'm going to do it again tonight, and hopefully I'll come up negative as well. Hopefully I don't have it. Hopefully I haven't caught it in that short interaction that I had with her, because obviously then David's family would definitely cancel, because his mum's, just in her 80s, and she's just had her 80th birthday, and she's in very poor health, and I certainly wouldn't want her to be near us unless, a considerable time had elapsed between having it. So, and also I can't finish off my Christmas shopping until I, double check on that test and make sure that I don't have it, because with hers it took about 12 hours or a bit more for it to come up positive. So I don't have any symptoms other than this annoying eye thing happening. I feel fine, but better to be safe, I guess. So hopefully there'll be nothing coming out of that, and hopefully I can get my Christmas shopping finished. Only a few things to get, but really want to get it done. Anyway, if you're interested in this gorgeous book, my review for it is below, and there's also a discount code, and I'll also put the colours of the pencils that I've used in the flowers and the leaves that I'll do off camera. But until next time, please stay safe out there, and happy colouring and happy decorating for Christmas or whatever holiday that you might enjoy at this time of the year. And I shall see you next week for another video, and it's one about Santa. So that's it from me. Until next time, stay safe and happy colouring.